The galaxy had always believed that it understood danger. It thought danger meant supernova weapons, unstable empires, rogue AI fleets, or ancient machines buried under collapsing stars. Those were familiar threats, predictable, charted, categorized. But there was one thing the galaxy never truly understood: the danger of a species that refuses to break, a species that evolved on a world where everything tried to kill them. Storms, quakes, predators, diseases, even their own mistakes. Humans, deathworlders, and the day would come when the galaxy discovered just how catastrophic it was to corner them. That day began with an unusual whisper spreading across the Orion trade route. The Helion Dominion had run out of patience. For decades, humans expanded too quickly for Helion comfort. Colonies appeared where star charts showed only empty systems. Human freighters traveled through routes that had been Helion territory for generations. Worse, the humans did not behave as Helion doctrine demanded. They negotiated as equals. They refused intimidation. They ignored veiled threats. And, the last insult, humans kept winning influence among weaker nations simply by showing respect instead of domination. Helion arrogance could not tolerate that, so the Dominion Council gathered inside the Grand Chamber of Tarvax Prime. 12 high strategists argued for 14 hours, studying human behavior through filtered reports that were biased, incomplete, or flat-out wrong. Humans adapt too quickly, snarled strategist Ulvarox. In a century, they have reached technological parity. In 2 centuries, they will surpass us. They show no deference, hissed another. Every time we display superior firepower, they remain calm. This is unnatural, dangerous. They must be shown their place. A vote was taken, unanimous. Helion Dominion would crush humanity early, before the species became unmanageable. Since they could not attack openly without igniting a multi-empire war, they chose something else. Provocation, pressure, coercion strong enough to force humans into one catastrophic misstep. And then Helion would use that mistake as justification for annihilation. They believed their strategy perfect. They believed they understood humanity. They understood nothing. The approach, 3 months later, the largest Dominion enforcement fleet in history emerged from hyperspace at the outer edge of the Sol system. 42 war cruisers, 9 dreadnoughts, 1 command Titan. Their arrival ripped a bright scar across the dark sky. On Earth, people saw it long before scanners registered it. Every orbital telescope broadcast the same image: a curtain of blue-white light tearing open space, and a storm of alien warships descending like a burning tide. The world paused, not panicked, paused. In the orbital defense ring above Earth, Admiral Leora Hale watched the incoming signatures, her expression still and focused. Around her, officers waited, tense but loyal. "Status report," she said calmly. "Helion fleet confirmed. No transmissions yet. Formation suggests intimidation pattern. Gamma 2, expected," Hale murmured. "Hold fire. Initiate silent synchronization." Around the planet, human systems linked as though breathing in unison. Orbital arrays rotated with mechanical grace. Deep space scanners aligned. Defensive grids hummed with quiet purpose. Civilian networks shifted into low-traffic protected mode. No chaos, no fear, just preparation. Humans always prepared. Helion mistake. Number 1. Assuming silence meant fear. Inside the Helion flagship, High Marshal Terrell Varkeith leaned forward in his throne-like command seat. "Terrans are not responding," his officer announced. Varkeith bared his fangs. "Good. That means they feel the weight of our presence." He broadcast a message to every human frequency, encrypted or not. "Inhabitants of the Sol system, you have violated Helion expansion laws. You will submit to Dominion oversight immediately. Surrender authority, or be corrected." His voice echoed across Earth and its orbital platforms. Humans listened. They did not answer. Varkeith interpreted that as fear. He was catastrophically wrong. Humans were calculating. The quiet before the unmaking. Beneath Iceland's basalt crust lay a facility no alien had ever detected. Not because it was hidden well, but because humanity had built it using technology the galaxy believed humans were too primitive to possess. The Boreal Shield Complex. Inside, Director General Aidan Riker descended through 10 levels of security, passing graviton fields and biometric chambers. At the lowest level, A single sealed hangar waited, bathed in sterile white light. In its center floated a colossal structure, black as midnight, etched with faint crimson circuitry that pulsed like a dormant star heart. Project Leviathan, humanity's contingency for extinction-level threats. It was not a ship. It was not a weapon. It was not a defense platform. It was a fusion of all three. Something more akin to a technological organism than a construct. Its awakening required one thing: proof that humanity's survival was at stake. Riker placed his palm on the activation console. Log entry: Hellion Dominion has initiated coercive threat level Omega. Authorization granted. Awaken Leviathan. The lights across the hangar dimmed. The Leviathan stirred. A deep, low vibration rolled across the facility like thunder muffled through stone. Hellion Mistake 2, pushing a species that evolved against a hostile world. Back in orbit, Admiral Hale received a private encrypted transmission. Boreal Shield has initiated Phase 1. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Good. Begin Phase 2. Earth's skies darkened. Power grids shifted. Magnetic layers fluctuated, all of it subtle, undetectable to Helion sensors accustomed to measuring power output, not planetary coordination. But Leora Hale saw the full picture forming. Humans were synchronizing everything, from orbital drones to atmospheric shields to deep-sea reactors, a planetary mind awakening. While the Helions continued yelling demands. The first shot, finally, High Marshal Varkeith lost patience. Fire a proximity burst. Show them we are done waiting. A Helion cruiser launched a pulse detonator, a brilliant sphere of electromagnetic force aimed not at Earth, but above it. A warning, but humanity did not tolerate warnings delivered with weapons. The pulse detonator streaked through space, and then vanished. Not exploded, not intercepted, simply erased from existence, compressed into a pinpoint of red light that rippled like a heartbeat. The Helion bridge erupted into alarm. What happened? We don't know, Marshal. Something intercepted the pulse. No known signature. No known energy pattern. No known. Varkeith snarled. Identify it. They tried. They failed, because the answer had not yet fully emerged from beneath Iceland's crust. The Leviathan rises. Every human ship in orbit suddenly detected a gravitational oscillation. Then another. Then the crust beneath Iceland split open. A column of blue-white fire erupted into the sky, an artificial geyser of compressed energy. Something was coming, something huge. Project Leviathan tore free from its underground cradle and launched into the upper atmosphere with a roar that shook oceans. It broke through the stratosphere like a black meteor rising instead of falling. Wings unfolded, massive, shifting plates that reconfigured shape with every movement. Its core glowed with a pulsing crimson light, a heartbeat, a warning. Humanity had awakened its Leviathan. Hellion panic. Inside the flagship, officers shouted over one another. It's enormous, larger than a dreadnought, energy levels rising beyond measurable limits. What is that monster? The High Marshal stared, unable to mask his fear. That cannot be human technology. But it was. Humanity had built something the Dominion could not categorize, predict, or counter. Leviathan halted in space, silent, still, watching. Every Helion ship locked scans onto it. Every scan returned nonsense. No material classification, no radiation profile, no identifiable power source. Only one reading was consistent. Danger level, unquantifiable. The human response. For the first time since the Helions arrived, Admiral Hale opened a channel. Her voice was calm, precise, unshaken. Helion Dominion, your violation of soul sovereignty is noted. Depart immediately. This is your only warning. Varkeith's pride collapsed into rage. You dare threaten us. You speak as though you possess power. Hale's eyes lowered. We do. Leviathan's wings unfolded again, forming a crescent that glowed like a living star. The message was clear. The next Helion move would decide the fate of their entire fleet. Hellion Mistake Number 3. Bringing a doomsday weapon to a death world. Varkeith roared. All ships, charge the Starflare cannon. His officers froze. Marshal, Starflare can burn half a planet. Yes, Varkeith growled. And they will learn their place. The flagship's hull opened, revealing an enormous sphere of rotating rings. Blue plasma gathered in its center, crackling, growing, pulsating with apocalyptic force. Earth detected it instantly. Hale whispered, they're committing to planetary kill mode. Humanity did not hesitate. Leviathan, she commanded, protect the world. The Leviathan moved, faster than human or Helian eyes could track. It placed itself directly between Earth and the charging doomsday weapon. Its wings expanded until they formed a full protective barrier. Its core pulsed, slow, steady, alive. The unmaking of the Helian flagship, the Starflare cannon fired. Light tore across space like a newborn sun, a torrent of destruction aimed directly at Earth. It struck Leviathan's shield, and reality buckled. Space rippled like water around the warship's hull. Energy bent, folded, and twisted into its core. Helian officers watched in horror as their ultimate weapon did nothing. It didn't even scratch the Leviathan. Then its wings closed, and Leviathan exhaled. A single pulse of red-white energy, clean, silent, instant. When the pulse struck the Helian flagship, it did not explode. It simply ended. The entire vessel dissolved from bow to stern in absolute silence, breaking apart like ash drifting into space. One heartbeat. One moment. One superpower erased. The collapse of the Dominion. The remaining Helian ships panicked. "We surrender! Please, don't fire! We submit! Sol system is yours! Just spare us!" Admiral Hale closed the channel. "Stand down," she ordered. "Do not pursue." Leviathan folded its wings, dimming once more. Its core slowed, returning to a calm, steady pulse. Earth had no desire to conquer. Humanity had defended itself, and the galaxy would never forget the sight. Across 1,000 systems, broadcasts repeated the footage. One Helian doomsday weapon, one human Leviathan, one heartbeat. A fleet defeated without a war. For the first time in history, empires whispered not about Helion dominance, but about human ascendance. Humanity did not start the confrontation. They did not want it. They warned. They waited. They endured. But when pushed, Deathworlders do not kneel. They rise, and when they rise, the stars tremble.